Welcome to my channel again, Coding Abby. Do subscribe, press the bell notification, and move on to the video. In the last video, we saw how to write for loop and while loop. In this video, we will see how to write switch case. What is switch case? We will see right now. Let's give it a heading: switch case. Okay. What should we write? Let's take a variable where m is equal to let's say a. This where is something new, right? You might be in a confusion that there comes an integer, a bool, a string, or something kind of that. But what is this where? When you don't know the data type, you can write where, or you don't explicitly want to take any tension and write here, okay, this is a string, so I should write here string. Come on, I will write a string. Then if this m would hold a value of 10, suppose, then okay, come on, erase it and make it hold the value of type integer. So the where keyword is something which came from, I guess, JavaScript. This where keyword is making our work easier, and where keyword tells that to recognize the type of this data on its data type of this m on its own. So we don't have to explicitly write it as int or string. This where keyword will be representing whatever the data type it is holding. Okay, this is something new. Now coming back to switch case. What is switch case? Switch and then sorry, okay, this case is written here. Okay. Switch case x. Huh. Let me write the code first, then I will explain what it is. It is an x. If it is a, then tell it is a. If it is m, then tell it is m. Okay, this is a syntax of switch case, and I will explain what it is now. We have to pass a parameter. What is a parameter? Whatever the value we want to check. Now instead of writing, the same process can be done by if statement also. Okay, if m is equal to a, if m is equal to x, or if m is equal to small m, then follow this and then print this. You can do it that way too, but sometimes switch case is more convenient to use than if. Okay, so pass a parameter m and check this switch case will hold the value temporarily somewhere of m, and it will treat it as a case, that this is the case of m, meaningly is the value of m is this, If so, then print and break this switch loop and execute whatever code is written after this switch case. Okay, but this is not the case, so move on to next case. Is this the case? That is the value of m equal to a? Yes, it is. So this is our required case, and it will print this, and then it will execute this break statement to terminate the loop and come out of the loop. Okay, what happens if we don't put this break statement is that it will, after the execution of this thing, see, the last statement of the case should be a break, a continue, rethrow, return, or throw. This is explicitly giving me an error, so we compulsorily have to write break here. What happens if I don't write break here is that this is the case, we know that m is a, right? So it will execute this, and if no break is found, then it will execute this without checking that if its value is small m, it will execute this. Okay, but it will directly give an error because they might have updated in the new versions of Dart. Okay, in C++, the switch case directly executes all the conditions after the right condition. So let's check and run our code. It's an A. Okay, it's an A. So as you can see, this is the work of switch case. Same code can be written in if and if else, but switch case is sometimes better. So that's it for this video. Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon and like this video and share it with your friends if you are really enjoying and if you are really finding it informative. Also find the blog related to switch case when I will upload this video in this playlist. Okay, so till then, bye.